IVM. Ayushi, welcome to the show.
Hi. What's up?
Not much, baby girl. Tum kaisi ho?
I'm okay.
Okay. Welcome back, listeners, to Agla Station Adulthood, आपका बेहतरीन podcast from your neighborhood gals, the best gals in the WAL. Because gal and WAL rhymes, you know.
It doesn't.
It is March 3rd today. We are recording on a Tuesday evening. And you know why March is the most special month for me personally?
It's my birthday month!
Ayushi, you had to wait for the big reveal, but okay, it is your birthday month!
Yay! Okay, so my birthday's on the 9th of March, and this episode's going to be coming out on the 12th.
So that means you would have missed her birthday, but you can send her gifts after the 12th. Also, we will be receiving them.
Yes, I celebrate my birthday all throughout the month. So you can send it before, after, you can wish me at any given point of time.
Yes.
I'm open to it.
Yeah, we are more of a birthday month kind of
podcast.
Yeah.
So this is technically my birthday episode.
It is. Okay, so Ayushi, I will confess to our listeners that up until 1 minute and 16 seconds ago, you were a little nervous.
Not because it's my birthday month.
It's because we have come in she has come without her notebook, and till like 2 o'clock today, she was like, Tash, what's the topic? Tash, what's the topic? And I was like, Ayushi, these are the options, but also, and she's like, it's my birthday month. And I was like, let's talk about that then. No, because Ayushi has been facing XYZ issues internally.
Which I do in general around my birthday.
I think that's totally normal, and once you go the post 25 mark, birthdays take on a different meaning altogether.
Yeah, this is a...
And I'm sure there are 50-year-olds listening to this right now being like, kids, y'all don't know what y'all are talking about.
Yeah, but I don't care because this is my problem.
This really is, it is.
Okay, look, it isn't a problem, and I know, I'm fully aware that the way that I should be dealing with this is being grateful, because I really do have 1,001 blessings and things to be grateful for. I have a body and a mind that works. I have family and friends that love me. And I have a great job, which I enjoy. I have this amazing podcast. And I'm funny and I'm creative and I'm an intelligent person.
And you're banging.
Oh, yeah, that too. So I know that. And I know that the last 30 seconds were just I'm so cool. But in my mind, what happens around my birthday is just that I get very down.
But also,
because and this is something that I've faced, this is a problem that I'm having in general, and I think if you've been listening, I struggle with inadequacy issues. So
you can just put this on all your dating app bios now. I struggle with inadequacy issues.
But I massively overcompensate by pretending like I don't care. So that's my thing. If you're interested.
I'm clapping inside for you for this admission.
That I'm admitting
it's
it.
Beautiful. Yeah.
But because I feel inadequate in certain parts of my life, I think the birthday really makes it kind of worse, because suddenly it's human nature to kind of take stock of where you're at, how much you've accomplished, how far you've come, how much you would like to go ahead from here. So I think that makes me feel really stressed out, and it kind of heightens those feelings.
Do you want to tell our listeners how old you'll be turning on the 9th of March 2020?
Yeah, I'm going to be turning 28.
28, that's a beautiful, beautiful age, because when you add it adds to 10, and when you add 1 and 0, it's 1. So you are 1 year old. Congrats. By my logic, your life has just begun.
I mean, in general, my life has just begun.
Yes.
As an individual, as an adult, as someone who's moving towards being self-actualized.
I'm so proud of you right now. I'm feeling a lot of feelings because you are feeling feelings.
Oh, God. Help me.
Why? But what is this? Why? What are you taking into stock this week? Has it already hit? The birthday, the pre-birthday...
Usually around March 1st itself.
Just
start, I start spiraling wildly out of control. It's just, And this time, Feb had an extra day, so I was like, we got to push March one day. But on the 29th, I was like, tomorrow's March. I started sweating. I'm sweating right now. it starts and I get so stressed out because also, and you can't blame anyone for this, obviously, because it's March, it's still so close to the beginning of the year.
Tell me about it, Ayushi. I'm born on 6th of Jan.
It's a lot. It's a lot. I think people in like the May, June, July, you have enough time to figure out how the year has been. So you can be like, yeah, I'm doing fucking well. But in March.
These July, August borns have it great, you know?
Yeah, and first week of March is super early.
It's too tough, Ayushi. I'm so sorry.
So it's just like you haven't accomplished that much yet. And also this has been, I think, a particularly crazy start to the year because we've had so much going on. Both nationally and internationally, that and this is a total first world complaint, but it's kind of taken some of the josh and the fun out of it.
Yeah, no, of course. It's been a dampener for everyone. I think the year has gotten off to a kind of weird start. Yeah,
and of course, I know that by saying this, there's obviously people who are suffering way worse, but that doesn't mean that I can't vocalize this.
No,
is that it really makes it, you don't feel like celebrating, or you don't feel like kind of rubbing your privilege in someone else's face or on social media, whatever it is, which is sad.
Why we'll have a secret party, Ayushi, and nobody will know how much fun we had.
Yeah, that's true.
How lit it was.
It will be lit.
It will be. I hope so.
No, it's not about being lit and all. I'm okay to celebrate it in whatever way, shape and form. And I'm going for a wedding anyway the day after my birthday, so it'll be fun. A whole bunch of my friends will be there and it'll be nice to see my friends in love and it'll be nice.
On that note, 28, turning 28,
yes.
A lot of friends getting married, a lot of friends in love. If you are open to this question, ma'am, please take questions from me. Today I am the interviewer and you are the interviewee.
Okay, cool.
How do you feel about that aspect of your life? The romantic relationship front. Do you want to talk to us and our listeners about it?
Oh, just yesterday, my grandparents were over and he wanted to know how he could listen to the podcast. And so I set it up on his phone and I showed him how to do it. And then we were just having a chat about how it started and why there's a vibe and why people relate to it or why we think that they relate to it. Sorry.
They do.
Yeah. And he said, he asked, like, do you give all your opinions? Do you censor yourself in any way? And I think the one thing that I kept saying was, we make a lot of mistakes. We say some things that may not be right or polite, but we're always honest. Like, we've never really lied on air.
True.
In fact, in real life, I've lied, but I haven't lied on air, which is ironic. So since you've asked me this question, I would like to avoid it, but I literally just told my grandfather yesterday that I don't lie. And it would feel very dishonest to evade it. It's not easy being single when you're 28 and surrounded by all of your friends who are with people and getting married and in that phase of their life. And you have to keep sort of, like at the top end of that statement, you have to be like, but I'm really happy for them and I'm super happy that they're living their life. But that's true. It sounds as if you're overcompensating for something, but it isn't. I think we're really blessed that all our friends, and they're blessed by association, is that everyone who's gotten married this year and across the last 2 years, they've all been in these kind of love, long-term relationships. And so seeing them get to that stage of marriage has truly been great because
these relationships like blossomed in front of your eyes.
And you've seen them, from possibly from the inception of when they were friends, when they became. Yeah. So when you see those friends at the mandap and celebrating and having all these parties, there's no resentment, there's no jealousy, there's no I doubt this relationship or they just, they rushed into it. It's none of that because you truly, from the bottom of your heart, you're like,
happy for them.
My God, it's been a long journey for them.
Of course.
And they deserve to be here. I think, first of all, to be able to even witness that is rather a blessing in itself.
Yeah.
Specifically in India, I think where sometimes there are a lot of forced or arranged marriages.
Yeah.
So that's great. And to everyone, I don't think any of our friends listen, but to the ones that have gotten married and the ones who will, we truly wish you all the best. But it is sometimes a reminder that you are not with someone or that you are alone.
Yeah.
Look, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
I have my partners in crime.
Yeah.
Who, like, two of my best friends are single.
Yeah.
3 of them are actually completely single.
Yeah. Yes.
And all the stuff that we've attended, and let me make it very clear, I have no problem enjoying myself. Like in any shape or form.
I know this.
Like, no.
You're
Nothing.
truly an independent person, you know, in every sense of the word.
It is true. And I don't know. I think there's a difference between like being alone and like loneliness, and kind of whether that makes you like a sad, depressed person. Or
I do want to ask, so the ratio between aloneness, like being alone, and experiencing that feeling of loneliness. Does that? What is the ratio of that? I'm simply asking.
I don't know whether I can put that in a ratio. I think I would have to think about that a little bit more, and that I don't have the time to break that down right now.
True.
But I will admit that there are days when I feel lonely. And it's, you know, the 2 parts of my brain that are at war? I'll tell you. It's a part that's like, it's okay to feel lonely, and it doesn't mean that you're lacking in any way. It just means that you are open and in your life ready for someone to be there. And then there's the other part that's just like, you're a fucking independent feminist boss ass bitch. Like, you don't need no man. You don't need no person to like fulfill yourself and your...
So you need these 2 parts of your brain to
just like sit down and have a chat and be like, gals.
Gals, let's get on the same page, shall we?
We're on the same page. We
want both of these things.
We want the same things.
Yeah, we want all of these things.
Yes, and we can have both things. But I think some of the problems and trappings of being a modern 21st century
person,
female, or a person, sorry, you're right, not just female, a person who is open to a relationship is this, that you're so fiercely independent,
right,
but you also have to admit that, I kind of do want someone in my life. And it's not a shortcoming.
Oh my God, Ayushi, please, come on. It's a totally normal thing. Like, it's the Greeks who said, no, that we are all built in pairs. Like, we were, then someone cursed us, and then these 4, so everyone was born as 2 heads, 4 arms, 4 legs, and then somebody cursed us, and these guys were split down the middle into one head and 1 pair of arms and legs.
Oh, so we're just looking for a Siamese twin.
Quite literally, though. You were cursed to spend your entire life looking for the person that you were... looking for the person you were split from. Although logically it doesn't make sense, because where are the Greeks now? I was born from my mama's vagina. I look like this since birth.
Also, I don't want to be with my Siamese twin.
Imagine that. How would you do any physical action if you all were fused?
Not just that. I don't think that me would get any work done. We'd just be, we wouldn't be able to admit that we liked each other. We'd just be like, well, I don't know, you should have said it first. We would not text each other. We would just be waiting for the other person.
This is like your worst night.
Yeah. I don't think I would do very well if I didn't have somebody pushing me to be part of the relationship or be affectionate.
Me would be in bed, not showered, watching like trashy television.
Like me would have a problem just being open to things other than what I do now. So it would just, like, life would not evolve at all.
You know, but I have always been of this belief that I just think everyone should be like me, and by extension I would like to date me. It sounds like a dream for me.
I actually don't think you would like to date you.
Are you saying I'm unlikable?
No, I'm saying I don't think you would like to date you. I wouldn't mind dating you, but I don't think you would like to date you.
I've been waiting for this day my whole entire life, Ayushi, for you to admit on national airtime and international airtime that you would date me.
Of course I would date you. I think we've said it. How did I say that I fully understand that being gay is not a choice?
Yes, correct.
Because I gave this example of Dash. I was
you
like,
would have chosen me.
If I could choose, I would have chosen you.
Did we tell our listeners about that rumor, that false rumor mongering that went on when we were in school?
Yeah, like way back. I think you said in the first episode.
Juniors.
Yeah. But so the takeaway from the last 5 minutes has been that your sexuality isn't a choice.
Yeah.
And Ayushi is sometimes lonely.
Which is, I think, the most relatable thing, honestly, for everyone in our
Yes.
age group.
By the way, this is like peak relatable content.
Because let's look at the various aspects that are currently at play at this point in life in
Go for it.
in any person's life. So you have the professional world, which is kind of now, okay, you've been working for XYZ years post-college, or you've come back from doing a master's degree.
You marginally have a handle on it.
But still, it's at that initial phase where you've gotten into it, but it's not like you've been in the career for 10 years.
Yeah. But you're working towards, like, your options are open, but you're also working in something that's fulfilling you at the moment, whether it's monetary or emotionally.
Absolutely. Yes. Or at 27, 28, 29, maybe some people in our like larger, like I would say adulthood, baby adult circle, they've chosen a vocation, and maybe now 4 or 5 years into it, they're like, maybe this isn't the one for me.
Yeah, which is also like, it's a new...
So I think you spend enough time in your job maybe to realize whatever XYZ things that are happening because of work.
Okay, here's the thing. At this age, you either know whether this is it for you or it's not. I think that's fair. That's a fair thing to say.
That's a nice one. Okay, so that's going on with one professionally. Then there is this family thing of parents are growing older, maybe grandparents, the loss of grandparents is happening, an increased sense of responsibility to take care of things at home. That stuff's going on. Socially also, your circle has changed. Not you and me specifically, I'm saying at large, baby adults, when you are at this age in your life, your social circle has changed drastically from the time you were 21, 22.
Oh yeah, it has, because you have the entrance of, say, work friends, acquaintances that you've made throughout, like random experiences. Also, so many of your friends bring different partners into it, and that kind of extends your social group. And I will say that's been really fun.
That's true.
For me personally, is because of the new people that I've gotten to know.
Yeah, personal shout out to Nirali. I just love her. She's the partner of a friend, and I just love her.
Yeah, she's a good egg. I really enjoy her as well. She does. I don't think she listens.
That's fine. I just wanted to give her a shout out, Ayushi.
Okay.
So that's also going on. And also you've drifted apart from friends, say you were very close to 5 years ago. That
because
also
you've
happens.
grown up a little bit.
Exactly. So that is, we've got work, we've got family, we've got social circle, and then we've got this elephant in the room, which is the brides and grooms rocking up on said elephants. And then all of that happening. And just everyone searching for love, or everyone is in a relationship. So when there are so many things at play, I feel like this is a peak relatable content moment at large, because it is not just you, Ayushi. You are speaking the truth of the millions out there.
I know. I think I was very... I'll take this... I'll give myself this compliment, is that I think I'm saying things that some people might not want to say, or scared to say, or embarrassed to say, because I have been all those things. I didn't want to say it. I am embarrassed to admit it, and I was denying it as well. But I guess admitting the problem is the first step.
Yeah.
Not that it's a problem, but you know what I mean.
This is the admission of feelings, and just the acknowledging of this is where I'm at. There's nothing good, nothing bad, nothing whatever. It's
also, I think by admitting it and like kind of putting it out in the universe in that respect, and you're the spiritual mumbo jumbo, where you say that you should, vocalize to the universe. Maybe just letting the universe and the world around you know that you're open to meeting people, or letting other people into your life might actually let these people come to you.
Yeah, and come to you, come near you, come on you, come in you, whatever.
Not on. I just told you my grandfather
Hope your Nanaji is not listening to this episode. Yeah, on that note, let's take a little break now. We'll come back.
Yes, please.
Hey everybody, welcome to another awesome, amazing week on the IVM Podcast Network. If you aren't following us on social media, please do. We're IVM Podcast on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. We'd like to thank our sponsors this week, HDFC Life and Paytm Money. Sponsors make this stuff possible. If you work for a brand which you think would benefit from sponsoring show on IVM, please do reach out to us. We appreciate that. We have 3 new shows releasing this week. Uncle Please Sit. It's a podcast where Tushar and Joel speak about and strip away the misinformation of fact-free opinions that we often encounter in public. Stay tuned for the first episode releasing this Monday, the 9th of March. We're starting a new podcast called Smile India, hosted by Shifa Maitra. This podcast is both in English and Hindi, and it tells us about the uplifting and positive news from around the country. Episodes drop every Monday and Thursday starting the 9th of March. And Absolutely Right is a graphology podcast. That's right, graphology. Host Aditi Surana deploys her superpower of handwriting analysis and unravels some traits and characteristics of guests, including me and a whole bunch of people from IVM who you're familiar with. Stay tuned for the first episode releasing this Wednesday on 11th of March. On Cyrus Says, Cyrus is joined by film, television, and theater actor Namit Das. They talk about working in the industry and him coming from a family of musicians. Also, guys, remember, this week, Cyrus Says celebrates his 500th episode. That's right, 500. I can't believe I'm saying those words. 500. Listen to us talk about it on Cock and Bull this Thursday. It's, 500. Last week on Cock and Bull, Cyrus, along with myself and Antarish, were joined by Shreyas Manohar. We discussed the global spread of coronavirus, how it relates to Indians hugging, and a lot more. This week on Paisa Vaisa, Anupam talks with Amay Kulkarni, founder at Candor Investing, about forensic investments. On Ganatantra, Saryu and Alok are joined by Dr. Manisha Priyam of CFAR to talk about the politics of Delhi and the rise of the Aam Aadmi Party. On Beyond Cliché, Almas talks to fitness model Jyoti Solanki about bodybuilding as a sport and what stereotypes women face in it. On Agla Station Adulthood, Ayushi and Rytasha talk about coming of age and coming of age. On IVM Lives, Ritika, Alika and Antarish welcome new producer at IVM, Sumit, to discuss their ultimate fantasy jobs. Don't miss Sumit's first ever recommendation on the show. And with that, let's get you on with your show.
Welcome back.
Hi.
Hi. So before the break, we were talking about many things. And Ayushi, you said that you vocalized something which you would have judged yourself for vocalizing a few months ago, couple of years ago, maybe.
What, minutes ago?
Minutes ago, you would have
I'm
judged
still
yourself.
judging myself right now.
On the flip side of that, I also want to talk about like baby adults who are in our space, who may be in relationships and may not be 100% happy and still like pulling through. It could, like, that's also a reality. So there's a lot of things that people have to take into stock at this point in life. Literally, because this is a turning point.
Yeah.
Like you're like, this is it, or you're like, oh no, this shit's holding me back. So I think 28 that way is like a big age for many personal decisions to be taken.
Yeah, that's true. Because I not that, God, I am a feminist. Okay, just like let's assume that for the rest of the episode. Not that baby making is the end goal of a relationship.
But I've changed my mind about that now.
Right. And as have I. But I'm saying that now when you look at your partner, I think there's the added element of, is this someone that I could have a child with?
Yeah.
Or is this someone I want to raise another human with? Do I think that this is going to work?
Good enough to be on this kid's body? Because mine ain't.
I'm not going to lie to you. I look at noses very particularly. I'm like, I have a hook, so I need you to have a ski slope. Or this is not going to work.
I love it. See, ये चढ़ती जवानी के problems भी नहीं, ये सच्चाइयाँ है. It's the
It
असलियत.
is, because you look, I'm not going to lie if anyone is out there listening. I am looking at the genetic pool that you come from.
Agreed.
Because you should be doing the same, I feel.
Yes, I guess.
Have I said too much?
No, Ayushi, no. This is a safe space where one can speak their thoughts.
What I mean by looking at the genetic pool is this someone that is capable of being a good partner / father or mother, whatever you're looking at. Parent, because I've had a good example of what decent parenting has been.
Hagrid.
That's what I mean by I'm looking at your gene pool is, are you going to be, in my mind, able to match up to certain aspects? You never know. Some people rise to the occasion.
Yeah.
And a lot of things change for them when they have children. But for the most part, I think an attitude is what you're looking for. And there are certain things that differentiate people who are ready for children and who aren't. I'm not ready for kids right now.
Not right now, but we both, okay, so for listeners, for context, we'll tell you.
Yeah.
Aishi and I were not 100% on the we want to have kids both.
I was actually way more on the side of I don't want
adoption.
children. Yeah.
Yeah, same. I always wanted to adopt.
I said I don't want kids.
At all.
I didn't want any because I was like, there's so many in the world.
That's why I thought you'll take one home.
I don't think it's like a pet fair.
No, it's not, Ayushi. There's a lot of paperwork involved.
I know. But it wasn't even about adoption. I just thought that I don't have it in me to want a child.
You don't have the bandwidth.
I just don't. I don't want to raise it. I was like, this is too much.
God.
Also, they're so expensive because I'm very expensive and have been.
And they're annoying also, dude. They're always...
What if they turn out to be shitty?
Yeah, there was a kid on the plane behind me today. I just wanted to punch it.
That's the thing. I keep telling my parents, I'm like, you got lucky. I might not get so lucky. What if I don't have my brother in me? You know?
What's
me and
gonna
me
happen?
again.
Okay.
But And this is possibly biology at play.
It's that big thing they talk about. No, your biological clock will tick in and all. Things happen to me.
You know what? Ladies, please tell me that I'm right here. Now when I get my period, sometimes I'm like, if I see a kid, I feel like a little,
oh my God, yes. My
That sound
attitude
like that,
towards newborns has
God. Yeah. And I don't know where it's coming from. It's not from me, Tash. It's like my body just
It's
makes
your body.
a sound.
It's your body. Ayushi, this is the miraculous body, the
But
human
I'm trying
body.
to fight this because my brain is like, we don't need this right now. We have a career.
Stop it, Ayushi. Don't resist.
What do you mean, don't resist? It's not like I'm just going to... Okay, at this point, it's first of all immaculate conception. I ain't Mary. I ain't having no Jesus. But, yeah, so you're right about this being a very pivotal age, time, or like moment in your life.
Yeah, I've given myself another 7-8 years before I have a kid. Matlab, honestly, you have to look at so for men and women. Now, this is when I'm beginning to understand that also. Shit, man. Career तो अभी take off होने को है. जब उड़ान की देरी नहीं है तो मैं बच्चा कैसे पैदा करूं, it's like...
And I'm thinking like in my mind, I'm like, okay, if I was to have... Because I don't want to... Oh my God, what?
You know what?
Where have you taken this episode?
You know what, Aishi? This is also a baby adult problem. My mom had me when she was 27 and your mom had you when she was 27 also. 28, 30.
She got married at 27.
Oh no, sorry, my mom had me when she was 30 also. I've totally lied. I made that up. She got married when she was 27.
Yeah, same. But no, my thing was I don't want to have a single child.
Neither, no, hello, we need
because
siblings.
they're monsters. I'm so sorry, friends of ours who are single, but y'all are monsters.
Yeah, you need a sibling in this life. You do.
I want to give that first one an inbuilt best friend.
I agree with you.
And that is what it is.
Yeah.
And so if you want to,
how
minimum,
do you space them out, Ayushi, with the career time? The 9 months are gone.
Exactly. It's not like when you were like, oh, I'm ready to have a kid. You have one the next day.
No, it's a lot of planning.
And you have to like cook it for like a year.
Yeah.
And you have to stop drinking and smoke. And I'm not kidding. These are the things I think about. I'm like, am I going to be able to not drink or smoke for 9 months?
Yes, when there is God's gift growing inside your oven, Ayushi.
Yeah, but that's
when God's gift of croissant is baking.
My oven?
It's an oven. No, it's a bun in the oven.
Oh my God, I thought you were saying like ovum.
You know what? Yes. Ovum is the scientific word for the female egg. Let's tell our listeners who know this already and may have forgotten.
And oven is
Gujaratis pronounce oven. Oven ma che. Mor bachchu oven ma. But basically, Ayushi, where was I? She has spiraled into a big laugh. My whole issue is you continue laughing. That men have a different situation because they don't physically have to be present in this job of childbirthing. So even if I get pregnant, for example, like now Kalki, what she's done, she's had a good pregnancy and all. Acha, nice.
Kalki?
Yeah.
Your best friend?
She's not, but Miss Kekle.
Okay.
It seems lovely and all. She worked through a pregnancy, which I mean, most women do work through their pregnancies if they are working, no?
I mean, I think
Till month
also I think you
6,
should because otherwise you're going to go a bit bananas because once you have the kid, possibly you can't go back to work immediately. Then you're going to be gone for so long and
so
your outlook will be so up.
There's a lot of logistical things for women
this
to
is what
take
I mean.
stock of.
And that's what I've been thinking about.
Yeah.
I said, okay, and if you have the first one, then when do you have the second one?
Exactly.
And will I be ready to have the second? Will I be able to afford the second one?
And you don't want too big a gap between the 2 kids. I would say a 3-year...
3 tops 4, but not more.
4 is a bit much also, but it's okay. Chalo, it's okay.
Yeah, but I think 3
is good. 2 to 3 is fab.
2 is like, I think it might be too much because the first one is still 2.
I would just like to tell you that the greatest sibling duo out there, Supriya and Priyanka Joshi.
Oh my God, can they come on the show?
Can they come on the show, please?
Hey, can you guys come on the show? We'll tag
listen.
them. They don't listen.
I love you guys so much. But they and Natasha and I have the same age difference, which is 2 years and 2 months. I just want to tell you all out there, listeners, Pingya and Subar and me and Natash, we are same to same. Love them.
Well, my brother and I have 3 years apart.
Loser. No, winner. Sorry.
She says this. She's obsessed with us as well.
I am. I love Ayushi's brother so much. He
also doesn't
just
listen.
sweet 2 pounds.
But he's a good kid. And that's the thing. I want my future child to have that option to have a Devansh.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And yeah, you're right. It's expensive and it's a lot to take into stock. So we started thinking about it now.
But that's where my head's at now. So the minute you start thinking of intimacy and a relationship and letting someone into your life, now my brain has also gone on this other tangent, which is that, hey, if I meet someone now, are they automatically, am I supposed to be considering them for spouse?
For a serious kind of setup. Yeah,
which I think is so much pressure when you're meeting someone brand new and you're like, hey, I'm trying to get to know you. But then your brain on one hand is like, let's be chill. Let's take this easy, loosey-goosey.
Because you still got that like same dating attitude of your early 20s.
Yes, because inherently
You are late 20s now, by the way.
I know I'm late 20s, but all through my 20s, I've dated and I've had a good time and I've never been, like I've never sort of like shied away from dating or been nervous with it. Like I'm okay. I enjoy it. But now, so there's this part of my brain and the other half in the back is like, hey, but like, does his family have a history of heart disease? Because you got to check.
Yeah.
And then front part of brain is like back brain.
Shut
Can you
up.
just calm down? Let me enjoy my sushi.
Yeah, we haven't even gotten there.
And then the minute I'm having sushi, I'm like, oh my God, if I was to get pregnant, I wouldn't be able to have sushi. So now, look at this person, never met them before, from a fucking app. And now in my mind, I'm like, do you want babies? Well, obviously he's not going to call me back.
Ayushi, this is a rom-com. It's writing itself right now.
Yeah, but it's not funny because I'm not Kate Hudson and Matthew McConaughey is not my end goal. I mean, if he's available, but he also has a happy family.
He's old with kids, I think.
What I'm trying to say is,
dating is different now.
Yes, it is. And I mean, I think
everything is different.
I think this is relatable to people, is that these things are changing now and it's not as easy.
But I would say, I would give you the top 5 takeaways, and that, Ayushi, I would tell you not to put so much pressure and to everyone else who's listening.
Here's the thing, I know this.
Yeah.
Whatever I've been saying, anytime you've wanted to discuss this topic, I've been like, but I know that I'm not supposed to, and I don't. Like, if you think about it, my attitude towards meeting people and putting myself out there is rather lax, actually.
It's very lax, I would say, which is why
I don't do anything.
Reprimand you. Because then you complain.
No, I don't complain. I'm saying more like I don't do anything to like actively search or find people for myself. I don't.
And also everyone needs their vitamins. Vitamin A, vitamin B, vitamin C, vitamin D. I would say you get your multivitamins, Ayushi.
I take a tablet once a week.
Cool.
But yeah, so it is difficult.
And I think the other takeaways I would have to give our other baby adults who are now getting less and less baby adult and more real adult as the day goes by.
Yeah.
As the days go by. Not the day goes by. Cheap.
But even as the day goes by.
That's so true.
I wake up full of hope and young, in the end I'm so tired. I'm just like, finish it.
Utha le re baba. You're Paresh Rawal from Hera Fairy.
I'm like, aga bye. Like, it's just like, I'm done.
Utha le re baba. Deva re deva. Yeah.
What were you saying? Baby adults.
Yeah, I was also going to say, like, this is the youngest and the oldest that you'll ever be in this moment, which I love.
Well, that's depressing.
I love it because right now is the youngest and the oldest that we have been. With each moment, every moment is the truth. This is
like that line of people saying like, oh, I don't know why people say life is short. It's the longest thing you're ever going to know.
That's true.
And I was like, oh, that's a really nice line.
That is true. So a lot of beautiful takeaways from the internet and from the quote world at large.
Look,
daunting.
I will say the good thing is that in terms of literature, the social media and our kind of social fabric, there's less and less pressure for you to be at a certain point in your life as opposed to how it used to be.
100%.
Wait, I don't think
generationally.
I think I said that wrong. But what I was trying to say is that it's not like 20 years ago, or when our parents were in this stage where if at 28 you were single, it was like, oh my God, she's 28 and single.
It was.
I don't
in
think
those
it's
days.
but I don't think it's like that anymore. I think by and large we are letting everyone do their own thing in their own timeline, and I think we've all seen that meme, is that everyone accomplishes different things at a different pace. You're not in a race. It is a marathon, and you're only competing with yourself.
Yeah.
You just have to try to be a better version of you and not anyone else.
True. And I think our generation also has, I don't know the right word for this, the luxury or the opportunity to even like question an institution like marriage or monogamy at large.
Oh, and 1 second. Going through this phase doesn't mean that, I'm like marriage on my brain. I'm fully questioning whether I'm capable of marriage.
Exactly, yeah.
Like, I don't know whether I'm capable of just being with one person for the rest of my life.
Which kind of also makes us f***ed up, because this is again the problem that I think a lot of our generation is dealing with. Because you're questioning but wanting but unsure and confused, and all of us are in the same boat.
And by the way, I will say the onus is not always on the female. I think there's a lot of guys out there that I've been on dates with people who are looking for way more, way faster than I was. I'm like, where are you?
So what do your parents do?
No, it's just like, this is where my parents are from and this is what they want from. You remember who I'm talking about? He was like, this is what his mom wants from a girl.
And that's both hard.
And I was like,
that's both hard.
I'm on my second gin. I'm not drunk enough for you to tell me these things. But
wild.
But I did the adult thing. I went out one more time to see whether this person was just, like
crazy or normal.
Turned out to be crazy.
Yeah. But
yeah, and so I think everyone's feeling it. Maybe the onus always gets lumped on the girls, being like, oh, y'all are just like marriage crazy, or like
we would like to
obsessed.
Debunk that myth and be like, nah, that's not true.
Yeah, because I've been out with some of y'all desperate as
yeah, you thirsty. We all thirsty. I think thirst is gender neutral. Let's just say that.
Yeah, man, but 28 is, I need to focus on managing this dehydration.
On that note, thank you for tuning in, Ayushi. I've had a blast.
So funny.
I've had a blast. I'm going to sing happy birthday to you, because how can we end this episode?
I sang for you as well. Okay, I'm ready.
Should I sing it in Mandarin?
No.
Happy birthday to you. It's a sexy Marilyn Monroe one.
Oh no.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Ayushi. Bunny, light of my life, love of my life. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. But also, by the way, Marilyn did not sing it that way.
She didn't know you the way I did. I do.
You know how she sang it, right?
I do. She's doing very sexual acts.
No, and it was like very soft. Yeah. It was like, happy birthday to you.
She's just trying to one-up my singing.
No, the only line that was really nice was when she says like, happy birthday, Mr. President. I was like, that's too sexual. I kind of gave myself goosebumps right now. Marilyn.
Ayushi, I think you have to give yourself goosebumps all the time.
I have to go now. Okay, bye.
Thank you for tuning in, everybody. Always a pleasure. Do remember to flood Ayushi's DMs with love on her birthday. She's a beautiful 28-year-old angle.
Thank you so much.
Ayushi, always a pleasure. And thank you, listeners. Keep it stylish, as Anusha Dandekar used to say.
Really?
Yeah, don't you remember? And as always, keep it stylish. Do send us DMs. We live for them. And the DMs we have been getting, love you all.
Yes, thank you so much.
Cute stuff. Y'all enjoyed Superstition a lot. Whack. We also loved it.
We also laughed a lot. That was truly, it was a wild episode. We did not think it was going to go that way. We started somewhere and we ended somewhere else. And by the way, I want to say, if you watch the Superstition episode, we need to correct ourselves. If you heard our Superstition episode, we need to just clarify that the people tree is one of the only trees that emits oxygen at night as opposed to carbon dioxide.
Exactly.
So sleeping under a people tree is fine at night. So there are no spirits, is what I'm trying to say.
The ancient laws were trying to keep you away from oxygen.
Which I think is just bizarre.
Terrible, bad behavior. So go, hook up with a people tree or hook up with a person. Just take your life into your own hands.
I would say if you're like a Manglik person and you have to marry a tree, marry the people tree.
Yeah, at least you'll be well oxygenated.
At night.
Yeah.
Yes, that's it. We have nothing more to add here.
Happy birthday to
me!
You!
Okay. Thank you so much. And as always, if you would like to reach out to us, you can reach out to Rytasha on Instagram at Rytash.
Rytash.
And me on Twitter is at Just Ayushi. And on Instagram is AyushiA9.
And if you liked this podcast, you can check out all the other interesting podcasts on the IVM network. You'll find it on the IVM Podcast app or ivmpodcasts.com. That's it. And you can follow IVM on their social media. They are at IVM Podcast on Twitter and Instagram.
Okay, bye babies. Be safe, be respectful, be lovely.
Be consensual, be happy. Peace out.
Bye.
Hi, I'm Satyajit.
Hi, I'm Racheta.
We are from the Open Library Project and we host a podcast called Paperback.
Paperback is a podcast where we engage with stalwarts and experts from various industries, suggesting non-fiction titles that contributed to their journey in a big way.
We've had guests like Anjali Raina, Dr. Marcus Rani, Dr. Swati Lodha, Ambi Parmeswaran, Apurva Damani, and many more on our show Paperback. Find new episodes every Wednesday on IVM Podcast app, website, or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Do you wish you were smarter? Well, so do we. But the next best thing?
We could make you sound smarter.
And to help you with this endeavor, we are Simplified, a podcast that attempts to break down the complex world around you with a little knowledge, a lot of poor jokes, and a ton of random trivia.
Episodes out every Monday.
On the IVM Podcast app or wherever you get your podcasts.
See ya!